Leo, are you monitoring to
So
see if we are streaming yet? And I'm going to spotlight me so we can talk about stuff.
I got a message at the top saying the meeting was being live streamed. I don't know if that
Leo, are
means
you
it.
monitoring to? Sounds like we are.
If we
Oh,
are,
we are live on YouTube. Okay, so what's going on with inventors in Vegas this week? How do you finance something without a bank? And so a one-handed keyboard is now not only a thing, but one of our inventor group leaders is actually making them and shipping them out. Well, these and other questions, thoughts, interesting points are going to be discussed tonight. This is a very special Inventor Friday Live. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for attending this and being on YouTube and watching us as well. We really appreciate it because tonight this is what we call our super group mixer. So we have all of these inventor support organizations from all over the country, and we're going to showcase these folks. I'm Don Skaggs. I am the leader of the Inventor Inventors or Inventors Network Kentucky. So we're here in Central Kentucky, the Central Kentucky area, and we've got with me tonight is Leo York, and we've also
hey,
got George Mulder helping us out with tech stuff. He's usually the cameraman for this, so he's helping us out with stuff in cyberspace. So we are, and the special guests tonight are going to be the inventor group leaders from all over. So with that, well, I guess we'll get started right off here. And I tell you what, George, why don't we start with you? Uh, George, I think you have an upcoming, um, I think you've got an upcoming meeting this
yep.
month. Don't you, George?
Yes, okay. Our meetings are always on the second Wednesday of every month, starting at 6 o'clock. From 6 o'clock to 6:30, we have a Q&A, and from 6:30 to about 8, we have a speaker. Our website is alamoinventors.org, and you just go on there and you click on. Oh, I forget. Anyway, it's in red. It's real easy to see. Just click on it, and that'll get you right into the meeting. Um, and the meeting, the presentation this month or next week, next Wednesday, will be. It's an inventor. He's invented. He's a pro se inventor. He invented. Well, basically, what he did, he took a drill, like a hand drill, a battery-powered hand drill, and connected it to a boat propeller. And so he uses it kind of in an emergency to power a small boat, when the actual motor fails or whatever. Evidently, he's done pretty well because he sold, over 20,000 of them. So he's evidently doing pretty well. I've seen his advertisement several years ago, just by kind of thumbing through things. So he's been around a while, but he's the one that's going to speak this next Wednesday.
Cool. And you are your group is called the Alamo Inventors.
Alamo Inventors. The website, the group is called Alamo Inventors. That's two words, but the website is alamoinventors.org.
In the chat.
All right. Cool. All right. So George, do you have anything interesting going on with your invention world?
Well, I've got a couple of items that are patented. Both of them I had a license, but one of them COVID, the thing was it's a U.S. the licensee was in the U.S., but their manufacturer was in China. And what happened was COVID kind of did an end to that. So I'm in the process of relicensing. That's a retractable dog leash where you can set the length to any distance you want, and it still retracts. Most dog leashes don't retract once the brake is set. So then you'd have to keep pushing the brake button on and off, to keep the dog at a safe distance. The other one is a sprinkler, and it looks like that might be I'm in the process of relicensing that, but it looks like it's the manufacturer now is interested, and we've been kind of conversing back and forth now for a while. And that's a lawn sprinkler, but basically it's the only sprinkler that works with these new extendable or expandable hoses. And so in order to use it, when it comes time to move, you just pull the hose a couple inches and it turns off, and then you set it down wherever and you put it again a couple inches, it turns back on. So that allows it to be used with these expandable hoses. And there's really no other sprinkler, that can be used with them, because when the water's off, the sprinkler is off, but the hose is collapsed, and so you can't really use a sprinkler with those. So anyway, there's that. And I've got another one that I'm actually working on a provisional patent, right now. It's more of a mechanics tool. And so I'm actually working on the sell sheet, kind of after we get off the meeting. I'll be working on that some. So, I got a few things going, so just kind of keep plugging.
Very cool. Very cool. All right.
Hey, Don, do you know that there's a lag between the YouTube and Zoom? And the only reason I mention that is if you ask somebody a question, there may be a lag time before they answer it because they didn't hear the question at the same time.
Good deal. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do our best to stay on top of that. So
Yeah, can do.
All right. Tell you what, Frank, you just came in the room. You ready for us to talk about you?
Sure, of course.
All right. We've got Frank from the Iowa Inventors Group. And Frank, I'm gonna pull up your website here so they can not only see your smiling face, but see your website. And so what do you all have going on?
Well, we are iowainventorsgroup.org. We are Iowa's resource for early stage inventors. Typically, we help with networking and resources so those early inventors can get some good direction, get their invention started and moving in the right direction. You could see me there with Iancu and with Chuck Grassley on a couple of my visits to Washington, D.C., where we helped advocate for inventor rights. Iowa Inventors Group has monthly meetings, and we help inventors. They show up. We've been having more online meetings and some hybrid where we would have both in person and have it on a Zoom or something like that so that others could participate. And we're looking forward to having a good year of growth and help out all the local inventors here.
Well, that's fantastic. Now, where in Iowa are you located?
I'm located in Cedar Rapids, and that's where our meetings are held. We do rotate our meetings around the state to different facilities. We'll go to patent attorneys' offices. We'll go to, we've been to a couple of maker spaces, and so that we can help local inventors that they don't have to travel to Cedar Rapids.
Fantastic. And now you've got an online access as well. So basically anyone from anywhere can join you for your meetings.
That's for sure. Yep. We'll publish where we're going to be, typically on the bottom half of our home page. And so then everybody can click in and check us out.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, so when is your next meeting? What, can you give us any details or any sneak peeks or?
Well, actually, this is one of our meetings. We're
Oh,
tying into this.
well, fantastic.
And then on the 21st, looks like we're going to tie into a patent webinar. They opened up a patent library in Iowa City,
Ooh.
and they have had near monthly meetings, and they're doing some kind of patent research webinar, and we're going to tie into that for March. A lot of times, January, February, March, we'll be real cautious about having our meetings because of the weather up here. But like April or so, we'll likely have an in-person meeting. And typically the second Monday of a month, and here in Cedar Rapids at a bank where we have our money at, and they let us have the meeting there for free.
That's awful nice of them.
My favorite price, free.
Right. Yeah, that's my favorite price too. Absolutely. Oh, well, that's great. Well, now if they want to learn more about you, and I know we've got the link in your chat. What's the website name?
Yeah, iowainventorsgroup.org.
iowainventorsgroup.org. So anyone on YouTube, if you're not seeing the chat, then you can write that down and join Frank for the next meeting. So cool. Very cool. All right. Fantastic. All right. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Because I know I have some to talk about, but let's get the
Glenn
folks
just
that are
got
here.
in.
Who's that?
Glenn Katapish just got in. Hope
Oh,
I'm not
good.
butchering your last name.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
Glenn, you want to tell us about your group?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
I can
Mhm.
hear you.
Okay, sounds good. The Inventors Network of the Capital Area has been around for over 25 years. And we used to meet a lot in Maryland and then in Virginia for a while. And we help inventors from any stage of wherever they're at. And, some of our members have formed companies based around their IP, and some license their products. Let's see. But right now we're mainly doing online things, and kind of trying to evolve into something that still is local, but still can have a broader reach. Chris Paul is our current president. And he's doing a good job. We're looking for new ideas, ways to engage more inventors locally, and also wherever they are at. Currently, I'm working on trying to license a few products myself. I like to do CAD and patent research, things like that. But I really enjoy running inventor organizations. And hope to keep seeing local ones be successful, and it's inspiring that Don, yours is going so well.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. And I'm excited. Yeah, I'm always talking to Chris about what you guys are doing up there, and it's exciting. We love to do that joint pro bono program with you, you all, us, and the U.S. Patent Office a few weeks back. So that was really great, and so we really appreciate that. And I mean, what other inventor organization has the U.S. Patent Office in your backyard?
Sure. Yeah, we're fortunate. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So when is your next meeting?
Let's see. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to ask Chris what our next plan meeting is.
But
Yeah.
if they're wanting to know more information, would you rather them go to your site? I know you're on Meetup. You all
Sure.
really rock Meetup, by the way. You all really do well with that platform.
Sure. Yeah. dcinventors.org or the related meetup group that Don had up there on the screen.
Okay, great, great. So you just go to Meetup and type in Inventors Network of the capital area. That'll come up, and then dcinventors.org, and you've got their website. So very cool, very cool. All right. Well, that's great. Thank you, Glenn. I appreciate that. And let's see, who have we missed? Anybody else for because I do want to mention some folks that couldn't make it here tonight in person, but we do have them, and we want to kind of talk about them a little bit. I've got their information. I'll tell you what, let's did Joe make it back in? He might have
He's in the YouTube stream, but I don't think he made it back into Zoom.
Okay. All right. Well, Joe, if you can hear us out there, we want to talk about you for a little while. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me find the right website. So the Michigan's group is this one right here.
minventors.org.
minventors.org. I think I have that. Yep, there we go. So this is the Michigan Inventors Coalition. Now they have an expo, and I've spoken, I think, the last two in Michigan, and right there at Michigan State University in Lansing. And this might be some excerpts from their last one, but they have a lot going on in Michigan. They've got a lot of other affiliated groups. They're one of the only ones. They call themselves a coalition because you've got one person in one area in Michigan. You've got Joe in another area, and so you've got all of these kind of associated groups that all kind of band together, and they all do this big meeting once a year, a big expo. And I'm really hoping, I was talking to Joe about that before, and I'm really hoping to make it back this year. And I think it's usually in August. And they really do a great job. They have a lot of inventors that will actually come to an expo, and it's like an exhibit booth, and you get to show your products. And then there's pitch competitions, and there's speakers, and all sorts of really good ways to rub elbows. And I was really, and this was like post-pandemic, so it's 2 years ago. I think I went to one of my first ones, and it was so exciting to see all of these people coming back after the pandemic, and they really came back strong. I think it was in 22, and then in 23 they came back even stronger. So I can't imagine what's going to happen for them in 2024. So they have different meetings, different times. So you want to go to their website, minventors.org, or like Michigan Inventors, minventors, and you can find out all about where their meetings are, when the next one is, and it's a great group. I know they've done some collaborations with some other organizations in Michigan of late, and you can kind of learn about that as well. So that's the Michigan folks. Also, we've got, let me find the next one here. And this is, we're going to talk next. Let's see, we talked about Inca and Alamo. Let's talk a little about Tampa Bay Inventors. This is an interesting group and an interesting leader. I wish, and actually I talked to him. The guy that runs the Tampa Inventors is Wayne. And Wayne, apologies up front, I'm always butchering your last name. Rassinen, I want to say, and I'm probably not saying that right. And so anyway, I just asked for Wayne. But he runs the group in Tampa. It's a really vibrant group they have there. in Tampa. And if you're interested in checking out their website is tampabayinventors.org. Now, another thing, and Wayne is not just an inventor group leader. Wayne's an inventor himself, inventor, entrepreneur, and he was telling me he just released a new product, and it's a keyboard. And let me see if I can pull that up. There's Tampa Bay, and here's the product. And he was actually telling me when we were discussing the upcoming meeting. And I said, Wayne, you got anything for me to share? He says, yes, you can share my one-handed Bluetooth keyboard. So it's called the Deca Text 3. I'm probably not saying that right either. But it's a one-handed Bluetooth keyboard. He said, yeah, I'm shipping them out today. Shipping some out today. So this was really, really cool. You can type without looking on mobile devices. He might have a little, yeah, it's got a little video on it here. So it's a real cool way to do all these different things just with a one-handed operation. I think this is a cool product, and obviously a lot of people, other people do too, because they're buying these things. He's like shipping them out the door, right? And I love that. I love to see that with an inventor entrepreneur. So 100 keystrokes available, 96 printed for easy reference. So this is just cool. This is really, really cool. Learn the basics of typing with Decatext in less than a minute. So yeah, I kind of want one of these now. I've always wanted a one-handed keyboard. So that's just cool. So kudos to Wayne for that. And I'm not sure when his next meeting is. Looks like they have a meetup group too. And let's see if there's anything on there. He might have his next one posted. He might not. Yes, March 13th. So in just 5 days, they're going to have another meeting. So again, just go to their website, tampabayinventors.org. Want to be sure I don't butcher that name. And click on join their meetup group. That'll take you right here, and you can sign up for their next meeting. So it looks pretty exciting down there in Florida. So all right. So that's the Florida guy. And let's see who else we have here. The next one I have, we'll just stay in Florida for a little while. And this is another interesting organization that's just a few miles down the road from the Tampa folks in Orlando, and it's the Inventors Council of Central Florida. And we've got a lot of great guys that we know down there as well. And they do a lot of really cool meetings and have a lot of stuff going on. Their leader, which is Dave Woods, we know Dave real well. He's actually invented something for the military that's doing really well, and it's some kind of flippers. He's shown them before. I think the last time we did this, he actually got to demonstrate them for us, and that was just really cool, and kind of told the story of how he did it. So and that's the thing, is you join a lot of these groups, you're going to see people that are not, they're not just telling you the theory of it, or this is how it's shown in book. No, these are folks that are actually doing this kind of stuff. And that's what really, really separates us out, I think, from a lot of the things out there in the world. Is these are folks that are doing it. They're some of them are writing their own patents and filing them. Some of them are licensing successfully. Some of them are actually building products and turning them into real things. So this is the Inventors Council, and a couple of cool things they have. They've also got upcoming events. So it looks like their next thing is March the 2nd, and their subject is called Financing Not Done by Banks. So this should be an interesting thing. So how do you? So there's obviously some really, really good alternatives to your standard bank financing. They're going to talk about that on March the 2nd. Or no, wait, that one already passed. Sorry. April, how to invent. What's involved in taking a product from idea to product. And that's the in person and at the Orlando Science Center. So yeah, just lots of really interesting stuff going on. Another thing about this is a group that has a Slack channel. Now, if you don't know what a Slack channel is, I highly recommend getting a Slack channel either for your group or getting on some that people have. The Inventors Council Central Florida has one. They're a step ahead of us on this one. So it's a really great way to just really talk to other people about different things. And if you've got a question or something else, then there's Dave. Dave does a great job down there in Orlando. So if you are interested in getting involved with these folks, it is InventCF, as in Central Florida, inventcf.com. And that's their website. You can go to all the links and see all this really, really, really cool stuff. So let's see, who else do we have? Is the Inventor here? Is Rita here? I thought Rita might be here. Don't see her now. She and there might be a good reason for that. She is at the ASD Market Week in Vegas, and let me show that. Got to get it to come up. Here we go. There we are. So they are actually doing a big booth at ASD Market Week. And Rita, if you don't know Rita, everybody kind of knows Rita. That's been doing this a little while. She's kind of known as the Inventor Lady. And she's got a really cool radio program now called Invent America. Me and Leo have both been on that broadcast before. We get to talk about a lot of different things. So she's doing really well with that. And then she's also bringing some inventors to ASD Market Week. I wish she was here. She could tell you all about it. This is a thing in Vegas. Trying to pull it back up here. Let's see if it'll tell a little about it. No, yep, there we go. Nope, that's a voting thing. Thought that might have been it, folks. Sorry. So anyway, if you're interested in what Rita's doing, or if you want to learn more about what she did at ASD Market Week, or tune in to her Invent America radio show, just go to inventorlady.com. That's pretty much where you will find her. So just tell her we sent her. Tell her we sent you. So all right. So let's see if we have anybody else here before we get into the mixer part of all this. Anyone else, Leo?
Did we cover Kansas City?
I don't think we did. Oh, excuse me.
I got the link in the chat in the stream.
Anybody here representative from Kansas City? Kansas City, let's pull up their site. I don't know if I have. Oh, you have it. There we go. Leo's got me a cheat sheet. There we go. Yeah, let's look at Kansas City. They've got some cool stuff going on as well. So this is Kansas City Inventors. If you are in the Kansas City area, they do a lot of stuff down there, or out there, I guess, from my perspective. Let's see if they've got any interesting events coming up. April 18th, Inventor Showcase featuring Scott Bowman. Kansas City company that specializes in video strategy. All right, so some video help with that. So good. So if you're interested in the Kansas City area, just go to inventorscenterofkansascity.org. and they've got a great group. I've spoke for them before, and it's a great organization. So all right. Well, have we missed anybody? Anybody else representing a group, or you belong to a group? You want to just give them a shout out? I think
Feel
we
free to
have,
either raise your hand or put it in the chat or just do that.
yeah,
Either way will work.
any of those will work. There we go.
Bonnie,
You
go
got
for it.
something?
Yes, I am a member of the Women's Inventors Club, though I think there's a couple of men. It is a Facebook group. We don't meet live, but we have wonderful resources. It's kind of headed up by Marcy McKenna, who's
Nice.
very viable. And we have a lot of people with both product and inventing product, and it's a wonderful, wonderful group. So I'd like to, and you do have to request to be part of it, but I think they pretty much let everyone in. So the Women's Inventors Club on Facebook.
All right. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, we know Marcy. Yeah, that sounds like a great group. So very cool. And so you just go into Facebook and type in.
You ask to join,
Oh,
and
ask
then
to
the
join.
admin will let you in.
All
So we
right.
have, I think we're like 600 or 700 members. And as with all clubs, there's maybe 50 that are very active, but the ones who are active are wonderful. So it really is a great resource.
Great. And if you have the link for that, if you want to put that in the chat, we'll be happy to share it with everybody.
I will do that. Let me
It's in the
get it
chat.
together.
The Facebook group.
Leo might have beat you to the punch.
Oh,
No
good.
worries.
Yeah, you found it. Yeah. Leo's good about that. So, all right.
Appreciate it.
Good deal. Good deal.
And I
All
think
right.
Roy had something.
Yeah, Roy. Go for it, Roy.
I'd like to give a really big shout out to the Inventors of South Florida Club, because it was in his email that I participated in that November or December meeting, and thereafter I've never left. So, I definitely have to say thank you so much. And that just made me read my emails so much like more thoroughly. I'm telling you, it without that link, hey, there's a Kentucky group open meeting, if you're interested, boom, and the rest is history. Thank you so much.
I am so glad. I am so glad that you mentioned that, because I would have I would have really been amiss to miss out on the South. Florida's got a lot going on, folks. I mean, there's a lot of states in this country that they're like they don't even have a group, but Florida, they've got like what, at least three, four, maybe more. Maybe I might not even be having the count right. But
Did you put their URL in the chat, Roy?
yeah,
No, I didn't. I don't.
No worries.
It's
no
like,
worries.
the South Florida, I think Fort Lauderdale Inventor, the Inventors of South Florida, and yeah, well, to that thought, Mr. Don, we have a lot of people in Florida that think outside the dots. If you guys haven't watched the news in the last 10 or 20 years, Florida is, so we've got some strange thinking people down here. I wouldn't be surprised that we're in the top little bit of.
And by the way, I spoke with Lee. Well, I've texted back and forth with who I affectionately refer to as Florida Leo, because we've got our own Leo here in Kentucky. So Florida Leo Mazer runs the Inventors Society of South Florida, and we did find it. So I'm going to pull that up real fast. So this is a great group. And Roy's right. And I can't believe I did not have them down. I was kind of, I know Leo was wanting to be here, Florida Leo, and but he He couldn't make it, but he did. And another thing about Florida Leo, Florida Leo has a great newsletter email. If you're not subscribed to that thing, you should be. I love his email newsletters he puts out. They're done really well. They're very informative, and they've got all kinds of really, really cool stuff. So you definitely want to subscribe to that. And again, they've just got a lot of cool stuff going on down there. Let's see, when is their next meeting? I wonder if they might have that on here. They might not. Board of directors, blog, our inventors, resources, his e-blasts are great. Yeah, you definitely want to sign up for that. And when you do sign up for that, they will probably tell you when the next meeting is. So anyway, you definitely be involved with these guys and get their newsletter. And I can't say enough really cool things about them. We really like Leo. He's a great guy. So all right.
Right. And just to add, he is so thorough in his connections, people, that it is in his newsletter that I auditioned for a new show coming up in the fall called Buy It Now.
Very
Okay.
cool.
So it's like nobody even knows about Emma. It's already playing in England. It's called Buy It Now. It's, contestants, inventors with products, a little bit different, layout than Shark Tank. They're not looking, for investors and so forth. Interesting to watch on YouTube. It's called Buy It Now. And it was in his newsletter that he sends out, where I filled out an application and the bottle station made it all the way to the finals.
Wow.
Nice.
And then I was notified that, they took some other products for the first season. They're actually filming right now, February and March, to show in the fall. But definitely get his newsletters. He is really such a nice guy. And yeah. Thank you for the few minutes, please. Thank you.
Absolutely.
No
Thanks, Roy. We appreciate that. Absolutely. All
Hey,
right.
Don, there's a Houston Inventors Association, inventors.org. That's got,
Ken Roddy.
Yeah, inventors.org.
Well, they got the best name, didn't they?
Yeah.
Inventors.org.
They've probably been around
snap,
longer than most other inventor groups. They've been around forever, seems like.
I think you're right. That's I'd forgotten about that. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. So this is the Houston Inventors Association. Ken Roddy runs this. And let's see, do they have it? Oh, look, they've got their upcoming thing. So they've got something. This is in Houston, Texas, Wednesday, March 13th. So industrial designer Neil Gorman with the Houston nonprofits TXRX Labs. That's a neat name. And the Ion Prototyping Lab. So a lot of prototyping stuff, 3D printers. So pretty cool. And they've got another meeting on March. Well, they're staying busy, aren't they? So Inventors Association confidential self-help meeting. Oh, this is kind of like our workshop. Nice. So yeah, definitely want to check these guys out. There are just inventors.org. Wow, I'm envious. They got the cool name. Just inventors.org. So be sure and check those guys out. It's a great group. Again, they've been around for a long. What do they say? No, they don't say, but yeah, 1983. Wow, that's some longevity right there. So that is really, really cool. All right.
Yeah, there's one real quick, you may know, but there's a Brian Freed, his group, they call it the National Inventors Club.
Oh yeah.
They're pretty active too. They've got a lot of good speakers, and he does a lot of interviews with different VIP people and so on. It's pretty active.
Yep. Well, I'm having trouble finding his site, but National Inventors Club. Yeah, Brian Freed, he used to have a really cool inventor radio show. I don't know if he still has that.
Well, he still has it. It's called Got Invention.
Got
Got
Invention.
Invention Radio.
Got Invention Radio. There we go. Very cool.
Yeah, his Inventor Club, I think he runs it mostly on LinkedIn, or I see the
I see a lot
videos
on
always
there with it.
rerunning on LinkedIn. So you can, if you can find him on LinkedIn and subscribe or follow him, you can probably find most of I think they record most of the meetings and stuff.
Sounds
Very
good.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Good deal. Have we missed anybody? Thank you for all the reminders and suggestions. And
Isn't there a group in Kentucky somewhere?
you know,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think there might be one in Kentucky. All right. Well, since you insisted, I'll pull ours up. This is us. We're the kyinventors.org is our website, and we started in Kentucky in 1996. Don West, who actually passed away last year, was the founder. He was actually one of the inventors of the inkjet printer. A mentor, great guy, kind of the guy before I had anything to do with the organization. I got involved around the early 2000s, and but we're doing a lot of different stuff right now. So we have 3 meetings a month, and one of them is Inventor Friday, which is right now live streaming on YouTube. And then we also we have courses, we have swag if you want to buy some swag. We have a regular meeting on the first Tuesday of the month, usually, and we call it our open meeting. We usually, it's your standard meeting. We've got an expert in some step of the process, usually talking about a lot of interesting stuff. Then we've got Inventor Friday, which is what's going on tonight. And then we have something we call the workshop. Workshop's very different. It's members only. We all work under a closed non-disclosure agreement and go around the room, and everybody gets a chance to talk about their idea, where they're at, where they're stuck, and it's just a really, really great safe place where you can talk about your idea and get input from other inventors, or maybe a little further down the road than you. So we're doing that, and we're actually so we've got some stuff in the works and some stuff going on. Actually, later this month, we're going to be engaging with other, what they're calling now ESOs, inventor support organizations, which is different than what I call us, which is all of us, which is ISOs, inventor support organizations. But we're kind of bringing those together and blending them a lot. And so we're working with a lot of folks in rural areas, and we're going to be doing one of those later this month, as a matter of fact. So that should be really interesting. We've got a lot of other stuff in the works, partnerships with different folks. I'll be speaking at an event in Owensboro, Kentucky in May. I just talked to somebody about that this morning, and we're actually getting involved with something in Hawaii this summer. So just kind of stay tuned. We got a lot of really cool stuff, and new entrepreneurship partners that we're working with. And so hopefully what we're hoping is we can bring a lot of great resources your all's way with these associations and partnerships. So if you're interested in more about us, we're kyinventors.org, and I'll stop the shameless self-promotion at this point. And we're, I think we're about ready for the mixer, the blender. So for those of you on YouTube, we loved having you. We hope you learned a lot. We hope this was great for you on YouTube. We're going to sign off on the YouTube. But if you're in the inner circle, if you're in the inner sanctum of Zoom right now with us, you're in for a special treat, because what we're going to do next, we're going to sign off on YouTube, but we are going to put everybody in what's called the blender or the mixer. So you're going to get mixed up and thrown randomly into a room with other strange, weird inventor innovation people, and you're going to get to meet and talk and learn all kinds of stuff. This is a real fun part of this. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, at least, and it is something else. So with that, thank you all for being on YouTube. We're